Hello, everybody. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby, and I hope you appreciated me coming on, rambling, and acknowledging the song Someone's in Need of a Prayer today. Well, this is morning meditation, and with morning meditation, I choose to think of it as a sacred spiritual practice where we get to acknowledge the grace and the goodness of the divine expanding and creating itself within us. Wherever you're at in the world, we're inviting you to pause for just a short time. Breathe with us. We're going to invite you to drop into your heart space right now and amplify the presence of love. And I'm inviting you to allow that loving presence to expand itself within you and to expand itself in the circumference where you're at right now. Allow that love to be the light. If your eyes are open, I'm inviting you to cast your eyes upward, to look up and just breathe. Your eyes are closed. I invite you to lift up your thoughts. Our sacred reading comes from 365 Science Mind on this last day of the month, September 30th. This comes from Ernest Holmes. Today's reading is entitled, To Think is to Create. Oh my God, we're in a perfect place. And we start off with a biblical reading from Matthew 19:26. With God, all things are possible. I invite you to breathe that in. And if you're going through anything right now, I'm going to invite you to allow that to be your mantra today. Ernest Holmes writes, the final creativeness of the universe is a movement of intelligence within and upon itself. Its intelligence already exists at the center of your own being. It really is our own being and the very power of imagination that we exercise is the intelligence functioning at the level of our comprehension of it. The mind within us is the mind of God. Since our mind is some part of the mind of God, there is a place within us where we are universal, where we use universal power. To affirm the presence of good in our life is to use the power within us for the creation of good we affirm. We have this possibility within us, for the mind within us is God. We accept our freedom, announce our liberty, and proclaim our divine birthright. Whatever we believe to be true about God, we must declare to be the truth about oneself or ourselves. We must know that the power within us, which is God, is establishing right action in our life. In this way, we will gain dominion and exercise authority. I live in the world of my own creation, knowing that thinking is creative, opens the doorway to wisdom and power. That doorway is already within me. Somewhere within me, the mind of God reveals this truth, that I were born free and that the will of God for me is one of goodness, truth, and beauty. I rejoice that at last I am awakening to this realization of truth. I have the power to use the mind within me in any good way I see fit. I use my authority to create beauty, peace, and joy. I want you to sit with that. Just sit with that. And again, if your eyes are open, I invite you to look upward. If your eyes are closed, I invite you to lift up your awareness. Our reading again comes from 365 Science of Mind, a Year of Daily Wisdom. From Ernest Holmes. And today's reading is entitled To Think is to Create. And we start off with a biblical reading from Matthew 19, verse 26. With God, all things are possible. I'm inviting you today to carry those sacred words with you throughout the day. And we begin our reading. The final creativeness of the universe is a movement of intelligence within and upon itself. This intelligence already exists at the center of our own being. It really is our own being, and the very power of imagination that we exercise is the intelligence functioning at the level of our comprehension of it. The mind within us is the mind of God. Since our mind is some part of the mind of God, there is a place within us where we are universal, where we use universal power. To affirm this presence of good in our life, it is to use the power within us for the creation of that good we affirm. We have this possibility within us, for the mind within us is God. We must accept our freedom, announce our liberty, and proclaim our divine birthright. Whatever we believe to be true about God, we must declare to be true about ourselves. We must know that the power within us, which is God, is establishing right action in our life. In that way, we will gain dominion and exercise authority. This final verse, I'm going to invite us all to participate, and that is by you repeating after me. If you're here in our virtual space, I invite you to unmute so that we can lead by example. And I want us to read and speak out loud words of possibilities and words of positivity right now. This is part of the process of our healing those algorithms of negativity. It is important for us to advocate more and more positivity in the world. Here we go. I live in a world of my own creation,
I live in a world of my own creation,
knowing that thinking is creative opens the doorway to wisdom.
knowing that thinking is creative opens the door to creativity,
To wisdom
to
and
wisdom,
power. And
to
power.
wisdom and power.
Yes, and it does include creativity. That doorway is already within me.
The way is already in me.
Somewhere within me, the mind of God
Somewhere within me, God
reveals this truth
reveals truth.
that I was born free
I was born free,
and that the will of God for me
and the will of God for me
is one of goodness,
is one of goodness.
truth, and beauty. I rejoice that at last
Which is that as
I am awakening to the realization of truth.
I'm awakening to the realization of truth.
I have the power to use the mind within me,
I have to use the within me,
and any good I may see fit.
and I may see fit.
I use my authority to create beauty,
I use my ability to create beauty
peace,
and
and joy. And
joy.
joy. Okay, I'm going to invite you just one more time in a sacred way with energy and enthusiasm to affirm this one thing, this one word with me. Joy, 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 joy.
Joy, 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 joy.
Joy, 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 joy.
Joy, 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 joy.
Joy, joy, joy.
Joy.
That's the shift. Breathe with me right now. And as we're breathing, we breathe into this space, knowing that the power of this energy of joy has already entered the doorway. It has enthusiastically opened itself up to the infinite possibilities. This is the spirit of the divine awakened within each and every one of us this day. And I acknowledge it. I know that it has already gone before and prepared the way. It's in the workspace right now. The spirit of joy, regardless of the outer appearances. I know that there is a divine discovery. I'm acknowledging it within the doctor's office today. It's the presence of joy. I acknowledge it within all the procedures that are taking place, the medical procedures. It's joy in action. I know it is perfect sight. I'm knowing that this divine presence is alive in our finances. That despite the appearances in the world, I know that the creative source of the infinite has awakened itself. And I know that that fertile presence multiplies itself as richness, as abundance. And that richness and abundance is a richness and an abundance for all. And we hear the words, pay attention to the lilies of the field. They toil not. And I acknowledge the lilies of the field as all of humanity lifted up, blessed beyond that which we cannot even imagine. It is beyond those appearances in the outer world. For I know that that which is awakened is the growth, and it is the birth, it is the expansion of infinite good beyond that which we cannot even imagine today. So in this space of grace, in this space of gratitude, I simply give thanks for this divine presence. And together we all affirm, and so it is, and now it is.
So it is, and now it is.
So it is.
Ah, amen.
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 And ashe.
Say,
Aho. Namaste.
Namaste.
let's stay this day.
You know what? It includes every salutation of good, every affirmation of good. I thank you all. I thank you for tuning up with us this morning. And I'm inviting you to be the seed to go into all the places, on the highways and the byways. I want you to be that energy and vibration when you turn the TV on and you start to hear all the things that are happening in the outer world. You just remember, with God, all things are possible. Lift up your thoughts. Lift up your thought for good everywhere and everything. Whatever comes to your awareness, with God, all things are possible. And remember that with God, that word God means good for everyone involved.
Okay.
That's the entire world. We acknowledge that in the day today. Thank you for partnering.
Reverend Jerry,
Yes,
just before
we're
we
live
go.
still on YouTube.
Okay.
So thank you all for being a blessing. And I'm going to say goodbye to our YouTube audience.